Hi LinkedIn member, I want to share with you 8 tips which are the 8 best AutoCAD annotation practices, and let's start with the first one. I'll click on this, and the first tip is how to change the text justification without moving the text location. In this case you can see that if I go to the justify and I just opt for another placement, I will be moving the text itself. It's an M text, but I don't want it to move and still change its justification. So I can go to the Express tool in the modify text inside here, click on this little down arrow and go for justify. If I select the same end text over here and move it wherever, it won't be moving and changing its place. And then again, if I go here and justify it again to its middle center, you can see that it's not moving at all. So this was the first tip. Let's go back to the second. How to add an additional d-text string with the right line spacing at the right position. Let's have a look over here. I have a bunch of text lines, and the first thing I'm going to do is create a d-text, a single line text, clicking on the insertion point of one existing, opting by using the same parameters for a space bar pressing once and an enter to go to the right place, right here, the 5th line, and that's it. From this point on, if I do anything in AutoCAD, like creating a rectangle for instance, or a line, and then returning in the same session to the single line text, if I enter again, I'll be in the 6th line of text of mine, like so. And then again I will create an arc over here, opt again for the single line text, enter again, and I can write the next one. So if AutoCAD forgets the next step, I just use the insertion point. But first of all, it's great to try to have an extra enter for getting to the next position. Let's go back and check on the next thing, which is transform d-text strings or single line text into an m-text paragraph. Let's click on this here. So I have some lines of text over here, and exactly in the same place in the Express Tools tab I can convert text to m-text, like so. And now I have a paragraph which reacts to everything and behaves as an m-text. And let's go back to the 4th tip. Number 4, I can use an m-text insertion point, which is different from the m-text justification, like so. This one over here has a top left insertion point. If I switch to the middle center, I can place it exactly in the center of gravity over here. But if I select the text, Control A for select all, I can justify the text any way I want. So this is still a middle center, and this is justified to the left or to the center, as you can see, or even distributed like so. Let's go to the fifth tip, which is use an mtext paragraph to create a new multi-leader. So I just click on the text, select it, copy it by Control C, go to the Annotate tab, select the multi-leader, which in this case is a multi-leader with no leader. So I'm going to click here and paste my text. So now this is a multi-leader, which used to be an mtext. It behaves like any other mtext, but it's a multi-leader with no leader. Of course, you can, every time you want, add a text frame or even add a leader, like so. Add leader and place it over here. Let's go back to the sixth tip. Number 6. Which annotations are properly transformed to annotative and which are not? Of course, if I go to number 6 in here, and I have 2 lines of text, which I'm going to turn into annotative, like so, and add another annotation scale, like so. You can see that those have multiple annotation scales. So let's try to go to the second annotation scale, and as you can see, this line of text and this line of text are not line spaced properly, and the multi-leader and the d-text are. So prefer multi-leader and mtext over single line text. And let's go back to the 7th. Why is strictly forbidden to incorporate text and or dimensions within blocks? I'm going to move to 1 to 2, like so. This is a bunch of objects. As you can see, we have 2 dimensions, a circle, an mtext, and a polyline. Here I created a block using dimensions and text. Let's have a look what happens when I try to mirror this object over here using the right parameter at the mirror text. You know, you have a mirror text parameter, which when it's shut off, you can mirror everything you want without moving anything, and everything stands readable. In this case, let's have a look on what happens here. So this is the result of using annotations within blocks. If you need an annotation within a block, prefer attribute over text. And let's go back again. And number 8, you'll find how to make unreadable texts and attributes values into readable. Let's have a look. Here I have an arrayed series of texts and a block using many attribute values which are all the same. Let's have a look on the Express tools in the text panel over here, and let's go inside the modified text and go to rotate. Let's select everything on the screen and turn it into most readable. As you can see, everything is readable now, and you don't have to rotate your head or stretch your neck to read the text. Thanks for being with me, and see you again in our next videos. Bye. Have a good day.